Hello everyone, it's Jeffrey Shew here, and thank you for joining my channel and taking a look at what I want to talk about today. So it is September 17th, and I got some news. So recently in the pre-construction industry, there have been a few launches. Reside on Richmond is one. Um, Pickering Town Center is one. There was a few downtown as well. But like really what I want to talk about is Pickering Town Center. Pickering Town Center has completely destroyed the pre-construction market in all expectations. Um, every single pre-construction launch that I've seen so far has not done so well, we could say, according to Toronto standards. Back in 2015, it wasn't so highly expected that you would sell out a building within a month. Actually, back in those days, 2015, 2016, they had the expectation that it takes 1 year to sell the building. So if we're going with those expectations, then the projects haven't done that poorly. But if we're going in with the recent last 3 or 4 year expectation, where projects are just selling within 3 weeks or even one weekend or within 1 month, then the only project that has really done that and outshined everyone is Pickering Town Center. They have sold out their building within 1 week of launch, which is amazing. They have four towers that are coming to market between this year and next year. And, their first building is done. So that's impressive. Congratulations to Center Court, showing their resilience, showing their adaptability to the market, and understanding market conditions, and realizing exactly what price point to have, and having attractive enough incentives to incentivize the investors to come back to the market. And they sold about 500 units all within 1 week. So really big congrats to them, Center Court. Amazing job. And if you guys are still interested in the Pickering Town Center, it is the best project to invest in the GTA currently today. I strongly believe it. If you guys are interested in this building or in this project, there's still Tower 2, Tower 3, and Tower 4 still available. Center Court will sell out these buildings. Does not matter whether it's a slow market or a good market, but it is always better to buy in a slow market. Um, the market conditions are better for buyers, and you can take a bit more time to think about it when it comes to um, being a slow market for buyers. When we're in the seller's market, yes, you can, like, it's just so rushed and everything is more, the seller has more control. So now is the time I feel like the buyers should come out and really start thinking about buying. Um, so if you guys are interested in Pickering Town Center, they do still have buildings that are coming up, and reach me and I'll get you in and I'll explain exactly why I think this is the best project to invest in GTA today. um, Now, other things in this video that I want to talk about is actually Airbnb. So I know investors have come off the market for real estate in Toronto, because when you think about investing in real estate, a lot of the notion of investing is getting a positive cash flow property that eventually pays off itself. And we've realized that in Toronto, it's basically impossible to do that unless you have a very large down payment. For example, if I were to buy in downtown Toronto today, let's say I buy a 1+10. 1+10 is probably around 650,000. Okay, so if I use 650,000 and I have to get a mortgage of 520,000, my maintenance fee is probably $400 per month. Let's say. Okay, and then my property tax, let's give it a $200 per month property tax. Now, when you look at today's interest rates are between 6 to 7%, right? So I can even put it at 6%. At 6% with $520,000, your mortgage payment is going to come out to maybe around 3,300 to 3,500. And then you add on the $400 maintenance fee. Now we're at around 3,700, and then plus the property tax, we're at about 3,900. And then not including your utilities or maybe your maintenance, like yearly maintenance you have to do to the property, we're going to be sitting around $4,000 per month that you have to pay. Now, when you rent out a one plus den in downtown, you're not going to be able to rent this out for 4,000. The max you can probably rent it out is for around 3,000. So it's gotten a lot of the investors to come out of the market and not invest in real estate because it's a complete turnoff. I mean, I put in $130,000 on the property, and I still have to lose $1,000 a month after renting it out. So a lot of the investors are like, nah, that's just like a complete turnoff. I had this conversation with a friend about him even wanting to move out from his parents' house, but and when he's like he really wants to move out. He has a child with with his girl or wife, whatever you want to call it, um, and like he's like, yeah, I really want to move out. I really want my own space. And then he sees like, yeah, 650,000 one plus den. Yeah, I can do that. And then he looks at the numbers and he does the math and he's like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. F that. Like, that's not happening. And I feel bad for him because I completely understand. Like, if you he makes about 100,000, right? So he makes around 100,000 a year and he takes home like 5,000 per month. So for him to live comfortably, like he can't do it alone because the mortgage, all the expenses are gonna hit him over $4,000 a month, and then plus he's only got $1,000 per month for himself. Um, that's just like that's disgusting. Like that's nasty. Like can't really do that. So the other alternative for investors that I think people have not thought of or that's out there is Airbnb. Airbnb has done really well over the last couple years, and it's still doing well today. There are some regulations with regards to Airbnb. Number one, the person you have to claim principal residence on the property, and number two is you can only do it for 6 months out of the year. So maximum short term rental is 6 months out of the year, and you have to claim principal residence. Those are the bylaws of doing Airbnb in Toronto. However, like let's say I buy something a one plus den for 650 during the summers, I can revenue around $10,000 per month for a good 4 months, and maybe two of the months of the six would be maybe around $7,000. Okay, and then after you pay expenses and everything, you're probably going to take home about, I'd say, 7,000 for 4 months, and then maybe 4,000 for 2 months. So if I add that up, 7,000 for 4 months, that's 28,000 plus another 4,000 for 2 months. So that's $8,000. So that's $35,000 per year. And if I divide that by 12, I come out to about $3,000. And I've only used 6 months to get that amount. You have another 6 months to do what the hell you want with the property, but that is actually pretty good. So like there's a very good return in Airbnb still, and I still think it's very viable for investors if they want to come into the Airbnb market. We do have a management team that can help you deal with this. So Airbnb is still very lucrative in Toronto. In Toronto especially, like I was talking to another friend who was telling me why Toronto Airbnb is so lucrative because I was thinking about doing it in Calgary. Now Calgary, like I didn't understand the prices were like so damn different. Like it'd be much harder to get like even 250 per day during the summers for Calgary, or even like yeah. But in Toronto, we're getting like 400 per day or 450 per day. Like you can see those numbers in Toronto. And then his point was like, yo, Toronto is next level. You got the TIFF film festivals. You got celebrities coming all the time. You have basketball team. You have baseball. You have Now we have the BMO field for soccer team now. You got football, the CFL, and then you have hockey. So you have all these sports events that actually help tourism come into Toronto. Not to mention all the famous celebrities that come, the concerts that are held, um, the the corporate work events that people might come by, or maybe like a work conference, or like the car convention. So there's just so many events that Toronto brings that attracts tourism, that makes these Airbnb prices so damn lucrative. So if you are interested in Airbnb, you can come find me. I think it's a very lucrative idea. If you're thinking about buying pre-construction, I really think Pickering Town Center is the one to do it. Or if you really, feel like Toronto's done, there's always the options of Calgary, which I also very do find that this project is. Sorry, no, that Calgary makes a lot of sense for investors. So yeah. But anyways, that's it for today's video. If you like my channel, or if you like this video, you can subscribe and like this. Um, I am I am going to do a Q&A session on live YouTube once a week. I'm deciding which day to do it. I think it's going to be Sunday night is the day that I'm going to choose. So most likely I'll be doing every week on Sunday, maybe around 8 or 9. I have not completely decided, but by the next video I'll decide exactly what time I'll do it. It'll be a half an hour Q&A session. You can come in, ask me any question about real estate, and I'll give you my honest opinion, and just give you any insight that I feel. If there's no one there, which highly likely there's nobody, but we never know, right? I'll just come up with some content and kind of give you some reactions on looking at the market. But yeah, that's it for today's video, and check out my Q&A sessions. I think this will be very helpful for anyone thinking about Toronto, and just come in and ask me a question, and I'll give you my insight. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.